It was hard not to love the movie because you guys are so beautiful to watch that I was just like...
Well, hello.
One, the Hollywood gossip is on fire today. Jennifer Garner has had enough of Blake Lively pretending to be all sweet and innocent. She is calling Blake out for who she really is, a person who breaks up homes. That is right, Jennifer. Says she has proof that Blake took Ben Affleck away from her. And guess what? Jennifer is not the only one talking. People like Scarlett Johansson and even Kate Middleton have something to say too. It looks like many people in Hollywood are not happy with Blake Lively. So get your snacks ready because this drama is getting bigger and hotter by the minute. We are spilling all the tea today, and trust me, this one is a huge deal. Jennifer Garner has been really upset with Blake Lively for quite some time now, and it all dates back to 2010. Back then, Blake starred in a movie called The Town, alongside Ben Affleck. At the time, Ben and Jennifer were happily married and had 3 kids together. They were seen as one of Hollywood's perfect couples, celebrating nearly 5 years of marriage. However, behind the smiles and perfect family photos, things were already starting to get messy. The real trouble began when Ben cast 23-year-old Blake in his movie. According to sources, Jennifer became suspicious of Blake and Ben's growing connection. The two spent a lot of time together during filming, and rumors quickly started circulating about their chemistry both on and off screen. This was a major problem for Jennifer, as she was already dealing with the pressure of raising 3 kids while trying to keep her marriage intact. As Ben and Blake's bond seemed to get stronger, Jennifer began feeling betrayed. It didn't help that Ben wrote several intense scenes for their characters, fueling even more speculation. This was just the beginning of the messy drama that would unfold in the years to come. Ben picked Blake Lively to play his love interest in The Town, and what made the situation even more complicated was that he was also the one directing the movie. Jennifer quickly began to feel uneasy about the whole situation. And honestly, who could blame her? Ben was 38 years old, while Blake was just 23, which made him 15 years older than her. This age gap was enough to raise some eyebrows, especially when it was clear that there was a lot of chemistry between them on screen. To make matters worse, Ben wrote several intense kissing scenes for their characters, which only added to the Aisha tension. These scenes, meant to portray passion, felt too real at times, and it certainly did not help Jennifer's growing concerns. But the chemistry between Blake and Ben didn't stay confined to the film. During interviews for the movie, the media started to notice something that Jennifer could not ignore. The flirtation between Blake and Ben was too obvious to miss. It became evident to everyone watching, and it caused quite a stir in Hollywood. The press could not get enough of the couple, making it even more difficult for Jennifer to maintain her composure. It wasn't just the on-screen chemistry anymore. It was spilling over into their public appearances, where the two were constantly seen interacting in a way that seemed more than just professional. And as if the situation couldn't get worse for Jennifer, things took a turn for the even more complicated. Around the same time, Blake seemed to be growing closer to Ben, which only deepened Jennifer's fears. The whole situation created an atmosphere of uncertainty and tension for Jennifer, and it seemed like her worst fears were unfolding, right before her eyes. With all the media attention and the growing rumors, Jennifer had to deal with the painful reality of her marriage being tested in front of the world. Suddenly, Blake Lively broke up with her longtime boyfriend, Penn Badgley, who was her co-star, from Gossip Girl, and the timing of this breakup raised more than a few eyebrows. It seemed to happen at just the right moment, and many people began to question whether it was a coincidence at all. What made the situation even more suspicious was the fact that Ben and Jennifer Garner had already been dealing with rumors of cheating in the past. Back in 2003, Ben was engaged to Jennifer Lopez when he met Jennifer Garner on the set of Daredevil. Within a few months, both Ben and Jennifer Lopez had ended their engagement, and suddenly, Ben and Jennifer Garner were a couple. It did not take long for people to start whispering about how quickly things had shifted, and an old saying came to mind: "How you get him is how you lose him." This saying suggested that the way Ben had started his relationship with Jennifer, Garner might play a role in how his next relationship unfolded. As the rumors surrounding Blake, Ben, and Jennifer continued to grow, sources close to Jennifer Garner revealed that she was absolutely furious about what was happening. However, she tried her best to stay calm and handle everything quietly, not wanting to add fuel to the fire. Still, it was clear that the tension in her marriage was growing, and Jennifer could no longer ignore the signs. Despite her efforts to keep things private, it was evident that this situation was taking a toll on her. Jennifer Garner worked tirelessly to keep everything together for the sake of their family, especially for their 3 kids. However, despite her efforts, there were growing signs that something was not right between Ben Affleck and Blake Lively. The biggest sign came in 2014 when Ben was offered a role in a movie alongside Ryan Reynolds. Jennifer, feeling the tension from the rumors and her own suspicions, told Ben that he could not take the role. Her reasoning was clear. She knew that by working with Ryan, she would have to attend events where she would inevitably cross paths with Blake. Jennifer could not bear the thought of facing Blake Lively after everything that had happened between them. One source close to the couple even revealed that Jennifer specifically stopped Ben from taking the role because she did not want to deal with Blake at any future events or situations that might arise. The trust was already broken. It was not just a case of Jennifer being petty or jealous. She had a very valid reason for keeping her husband, Ben Affleck, away from Blake Lively. Jennifer knew that the situation was far more complicated than it appeared on the surface. The bond between Ben and Blake had already caused significant issues in their marriage, and Jennifer, being a mother who valued her family's well-being, wanted to protect it at all costs. Despite trying to keep things together for the sake of their children, the damage was done. Blake, on the other hand, moved on quickly after her connection with Ben. She went on to date Hollywood's ultimate bachelor, Leonardo DiCaprio, and later married Ryan Reynolds, further strengthening her image in the public eye. However, the fallout from her relationship with Ben continued to haunt Jennifer. The trust between Jennifer and Ben had been shattered, and Ben's actions started to reflect that. Eventually, Ben's choices led him to make even worse decisions, including cheating with their children's nanny. This betrayal became a major turning point in their marriage and contributed to their divorce in 2018. Years after their separation, Jennifer Garner still makes it a point to avoid Blake. When Jennifer worked with Ryan Reynolds on a project, she took great care to distance herself from Blake, as the tension between them had never fully dissipated. It was clear that the emotional scars of their past remained, and Jennifer preferred to keep things professional and as far away from Blake as possible. Even with time having passed, Jennifer's desire for space from Blake speaks volumes about the long-lasting effects of Blake's actions on her family. Jennifer Garner later reprised her role as Elektra in Deadpool and Wolverine, but something was noticeably missing. Fans quickly realized that Jennifer never did any press or appearances alongside Blake Lively, even though they were both part of the same project. The tension between them was so apparent that it became a topic of discussion. Despite working in the same circles, Jennifer made it clear that she wanted nothing to do with Blake, and this icy distance showed just how deep the animosity between them really ran. Jennifer's avoidance of Blake was not just about professional boundaries, but personal discomfort, a lingering result of Blake's past involvement with Ben Affleck and the heartbreak it caused. However, Jennifer Garner is not the only major Hollywood star with a bone to pick with Blake Lively. If you thought the drama with Ben Affleck was complicated, the situation with Scarlett Johansson, also known as ScarJo, was even messier. Scarlett and Ryan Reynolds seemed like the perfect Hollywood couple when they married in 2008, after dating for only 6 months. They were the golden couple everyone admired, and their love story was a fairy tale for many fans. But their happiness did not last long. The cracks in their marriage began to show, and things took a turn for the worse when Blake Lively entered the picture. Blake and Ryan met while working together on the set of Green Lantern in 2010, and just like with Ben, rumors about their relationship started spreading almost immediately. What started as whispers behind the scenes soon became public knowledge, adding fuel to the fire. This time, Scarlett was the one affected, and the media and public couldn't help but notice the growing tension between the two women. Crew members from Green Lantern shared some very revealing details about the relationship between Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively while they were filming together. According to insiders, Ryan and Blake became very close on set, with one source, even revealing that they would leave their trailers during breaks and go to a hotel room together. This secretive behavior and their growing closeness made it very clear that something was going on between them, and it was seen as the final breaking point in Ryan and Scarlett Johansson's marriage. The relationship, which had already been strained, seemed to be heading toward an inevitable end. Things only got worse from there. Scarlett Johansson, who was still married to Ryan at the time, did not show up to the Green Lantern premiere, leaving fans and the media to wonder why. Instead, Ryan and Blake walked the red carpet together, looking very much like a couple. Their public display of affection was seen as extremely disrespectful by many, especially since Scarlett was still legally married to Ryan. The situation became even more awkward and tense when, just 1 month later, Ryan and Scarlett publicly announced their divorce. Despite the public split, Scarlett has always maintained a sense of dignity and professionalism. However, behind closed doors, sources claim that Scarlett has become cold and distant whenever Blake's name is mentioned. One insider even revealed that Scarlett goes out of her way to avoid eye contact with Blake and has chosen not to attend events where Blake is present. This tension between the two women speaks volumes about the unresolved issues and hurt feelings caused by the situation. The pattern here is pretty wild. Both times, with Ben Affleck and Ryan Reynolds, Blake got involved with her co-stars who were already in serious relationships. And both times, she somehow managed to keep her America's sweetheart image, while the women had to pick up the broken pieces. But Blake Lively's messy behavior does not stop at stealing other women's husbands. She also has drama with actual royalty. In a move that shocked everyone, Blake decided to make fun of Kate Middleton during one of the princess's most difficult moments. When Kate got caught up in a Photoshop scandal because a family photo had clearly been edited, Blake saw it as the perfect chance to promote her Betty Buzz drinks. She shared a heavily edited photo of herself with the caption, "Totally not photoshopped, zero editing whatsoever, just flawless and perfect." The timing made it clear that Blake was taking a shot at Kate's PR problem. At that time, Kate Middleton was already dealing with. Kate Middleton was recovering from a major surgery and dealing with a lot of public pressure, and Blake decided to make things worse just to sell some sparkling water. Kate, being the royal she is, stayed quiet about it, but some sources say the palace was not happy with Blake's childish behavior. This incident showed a different side of Blake, not just as a homewrecker, but also as someone willing to make fun of other people's struggles for her own benefit. The pattern of selfishness just keeps growing. But if you think it is only upset wives and royalty who cannot... If you think only upset wives and royals have a problem with Blake, think again. Even her own co-stars have been throwing shade at her for years. Let's talk about Leighton Meester, who played Blair Waldorf, while Blake played Serena van der Woodsen on Gossip Girl. On screen, they were best friends, but off-screen, things were very different. Crew members say they barely tolerated each other. The real problem? While Leighton focused on her acting, Blake used the show to get fashion deals and magazine covers. The resentment grew so much that at one point, when Leighton Meester married Adam Brody, guess who did not get an invitation to the wedding? That's right, Blake Lively. Even Henry Golding, who worked with Blake on A Simple Favor, seemed less than excited about the experience. While he said he felt intimidated by Blake, insiders say it was more about irritation. Apparently, Blake was a bit of a control freak on set. She would stop the entire production if she did not like the way she looked in a shot. And then, of course, there. Is Penn Badgley Blake's ex-boyfriend? After their breakup, things became really awkward between Blake and her Gossip Girl co-star, Penn Badgley. Over the years, Penn has thrown some serious shade, especially when he talked about all of his co-stars except Blake. That sends a pretty clear message, considering they spent many years working together. Then, there's the situation with Anna Kendrick. The tension between Blake and Anna from A Simple Favor might be the craziest of all. In the movie, they had to play best friends who were also enemies, but it seems like the enemy part continued, long after the cameras stopped rolling. Sources close to the production say that Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively never really got along. While Anna is known for her fun and down-to-earth personality, Blake often came across as high maintenance and difficult. One insider shared that Anna felt like Blake acted like a diva, showing up late to set and treating the crew like they were just extras in the Blake Lively show. The tension between them was so strong that it was hard to ignore. Anna reportedly did not promote Blake on social media and even skipped some promotional events where Blake would be. During the interviews they did together, fans could not help but notice how awkward the energy was between Anna and Blake. What really stands out is when A Simple Favor 2 was announced, people immediately started wondering how Anna would feel about working with Blake again. Some fans even commented on Anna's post, saying they would not support the sequel because Blake was involved. This seems to be a pattern for Blake. She manages to push away almost everyone she works with. Yet, somehow she keeps up the image of being America's sweetheart. Blake Lively has managed to keep up the image of being America's sweetheart, but how does she do it? Even Leonardo DiCaprio, Hollywood's ultimate bachelor, could not handle Blake's intensity. Their short relationship in 2011 seemed like it should have been perfect for two big celebrities, but it only lasted a few months before Leo decided to end it. Why? According to insiders, Blake tried too hard to fit in with his famous group of friends, while Leo preferred more relaxed and easygoing girls. Blake's energy and efforts just became too much for him. Blake's behavior started to feel a bit much, and some people might even say it was kind of unattractive. One of the most awkward moments? Blake would send Leo pictures of a Barbie doll to keep things fun. Yes, you read that correctly. A grown woman sending doll pictures to one of Hollywood's biggest stars. After they broke up, Leo quickly went back to dating models and seemed to want nothing to do with Blake. Even though he has stayed friendly with many of his exes, he has completely ignored Blake since their breakup. It seems that even one of Hollywood's biggest bachelors could not handle her energy. When even a top bachelor like Leo runs away, it makes you think something is not right. This background makes the recent drama with Justin Baldoni easier to understand. Blake's pattern of difficult behavior and manipulation has finally caught up with her in a very public way. Her messy legal fight with Justin over It Ends With Us has opened the door for a lot of criticism. Many people are pointing out that this behavior is not new for Blake. It is just the first time she has been called out for it. As the lawsuit continues, more and more people are starting to see the connection between Blake's past actions and her current situation. The mask has finally come off, and people are starting to see Blake for who she truly is. Not the sweet, perfect girl next door she has always tried to show, but someone who has built a career by stepping on others and using situations for her own advantage. Right now, Blake Lively's reputation in Hollywood is hanging by a thread, with several major stars having problems with her, including Jennifer. From Jennifer Garner to Scarlett Johansson and even Anna Kendrick, it is getting harder and harder for Blake to keep up the image she has carefully built. Meanwhile, Jennifer Garner seems to be doing great these days. She is back in the spotlight with her roles in Deadpool and Wolverine, is in a stable 6-year relationship with John Miller, and has a strong co-parenting relationship with Ben Affleck, despite everything that happened between them. On the other hand, Blake is facing a tough road ahead. With the ongoing lawsuit with Justin Baldoni and old grudges coming back to light, she has a serious challenge to face. The fact that so many people from different parts of Blake Lively's life have had similar bad experiences with her really says a lot. Now, the big question is whether Blake will ever admit to her behavior or continue acting like the victim. Based on her past actions, we all have a pretty good idea of what she is most likely to do. So there you have it. The real reason Jennifer Garner and many others in Hollywood do not like Blake Lively. From breaking up marriages to fighting with co-stars and even mocking royalty, Blake has left a long trail of bad feelings behind her. What do you think about all this drama surrounding Blake Lively? Do you believe that she is really the homewrecker that so many people say she is? Or do you think she is just misunderstood and caught up in Hollywood gossip? Some people think Blake has a pattern of causing trouble in other people's relationships, while others believe she is just unlucky to be part of so many scandals. No matter which side you are on, one thing is clear. Blake Lively has made a lot of headlines over the years, and not all of them have been good. From co-star drama to public feuds with other celebrities, and even making fun of royalty, Blake has been at the center of many controversies. But is it all really her fault? Or are people just quick to blame her because she is famous and always in the spotlight? These are questions that fans and critics have been debating for a long time. So, now we want to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Blake deserves all this backlash, or is it unfair? Do you think she will ever respond to these claims, or will she stay silent and let people talk? Also, do not forget to subscribe and follow us for more Hollywood news and gossip. This story is not over yet, and we will be here to give you all the latest updates as this drama continues to unfold. Stay tuned.